here's the breaking news now. CNN has obtained the latest version of the articles of impeachment that will be formally introduced by House Judiciary Democrats on Monday. This is provided by a Democratic source, and it includes one article, which is incitement of insurrection. Let's start there with our CNN senior congressional correspondent, Manu Raju. So, Manu, tell me more about the article and just how lawmakers plan to go about this.
Well, assuming that the House does go to impeach, and that's where the direction is headed right now, this could move pretty quickly. We could expect a vote in the full House potentially by the middle of next week, if not even in the early part of next week. This measure to impeach the president includes one count, that is incitement of an insurrection. That is according to the draft language that is now being circulated. This has been drafted by several Judiciary Committee Democrats, including Congressman David Cicilline, Ted Lieu, and Jamie Raskin. And as part of this, it also makes very clear, it says that President Trump, in their view, has acted in a manner grossly incompatible with the self-governance and the rule of law. It says President Trump thus warrants impeachment and trial, removal from office, and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. And that last line is important because we're looking at the timing of all of this, and the president, of course, is done with his term come January 20th. We're looking at a possible impeachment vote in the House next week. So if in order to remove the president from office, you need to have a trial in the Senate. 2/3 of the Senate, 67 members, need a vote to actually remove the president from office. Republicans currently control the Senate up until January 20th, when the majority flips to the Democratic control. And right now, there's no indication that Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader at the moment, that wants to actually have a Senate trial before Donald Trump leaves office. That means, Brooke, that there could potentially be a Senate trial after Donald Trump leaves office. And I am told on a conference call that happened this afternoon with House Democrats, this was something that they discussed, the possibility of having a trial in the beginning part of the new Biden administration with the new Senate Democratic majority. There were concerns about it could be awkward to begin the Biden administration with a trial at the same time, concerned about those possible pitfalls that could they could face. But those are things they're still trying to sort through. And a critical moment this afternoon will be when Nancy Pelosi speaks with Joe Biden. And we just heard Joe Biden did not embrace the idea of going forward with impeachment, saying it's up to the Congress to decide. So we'll see what those two decide when they talk. But at the moment, Brooke, momentum for impeachment by House Democrats.
Sounds like he's saying he's not going to get in the way of Nancy Pelosi, but he's also not championing the idea either. That is huge that the Senate may take it up during the Biden administration. Manu, thank you so much for the latest there. 3 White House advisors tell CNN that President Donald Trump has, quote, zero intention of resigning. Caitlin Collins is live at the White House on this angle. And so, Caitlin, despite all of these calls and resignations, you're hearing President Trump is planning to stay put for the next 12 days. Does he acknowledge his role in this at all?
No, I don't think the president's view of what's transpired this week has changed. You know, often it can be shaped by the coverage, but the president usually finds a way to deflect criticism. And he taped that video last night. We are calling it a non-concession concession speech, of course. And we were told that was the direct result of pressure from senior staff who said, if you do not come out more forcefully and denounce what happened in the nation's capital on Wednesday, then you are at risk, serious risk of being removed from office. And so you saw the president say those scripted words last night. Of course, that doesn't mean his opinion of what happened has changed, since he was actually described as being happy as he was watching that chaos that was unfolding during the certification process. But I do think the people around the president are realizing that the threat of him actually potentially being impeached for a second time within about a year of each other is growing, and it seems more real by the moment. And it does seem more significant and more possible than actually the 25th Amendment being invoked. We're told that the vice president hasn't discussed that with any cabinet members, even as much as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has publicly talked about it and threatened impeachment if they do not go forward with that. It doesn't seem to be realistic right now. But yes, the president does not have any plans of resigning. Someone told me yesterday they would bet their savings account that the president is not going to step down from his role. But what happens in the next 12 days is really anyone's guess at this point.